The Champions League round of 16 is officially here, and I got to keep it 100% real with you guys. I feel like it feels like it's taken forever to get here. And y'all might laugh at me when I say that, but like I truly mean that, because what I'm trying to say is we literally have gone through an extra game in the league, and then we went through a playoffs just to get to the round of 16. Like, it feels like it's taken so long to get to this point, but we're finally at the round of 16 of the Champions League. We finally know the last 16 teams in the Champions League, and we can finally give our prediction and talk about what I think is going to happen in this round. And I'm going to be truly honest with you and truly 100% real. I think there is some phenomenal games in this round. A lot of people won't talk about it and see it that way because people will be like, well, that's not a big game. That's not a Madrid versus City. That's not a Barcelona versus Atletico or Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. It's not that type of games, but there's some huge games in here, some sleepers. Like, for example, when I look at this schedule or these games coming up, lads, the Feyenoord versus Inter game could be fireworks. Feyenoord has shown up not only in the Champions League and also in the Champions League group, the table, and also in the knockout. They showed up and impressed and did things that people didn't really expect. Feyenoord's been really sick to watch in the Champions League. You got Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid, a team that's in two teams that are both battling for their league. In La Liga, one in second place, one in third place, which is just absolutely huge in my opinion. That's a good game. You have the PSG versus Liverpool, huge game. Liverpool probably the best team in Europe right now, going up against a PSG that every week, every day, they're getting a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger. Huge game, right? That's another big one. Bayer Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich. That's wild. All German Bayern affair, a Munich affair. That's huge. That's a massive game. So there is some very, very, very nice games in this, man. Some huge games in this. Club Brugge, for me, got a really big upset, beating Alantia. I thought Alantia would go through there, and so we got some really good games, man. Then the Benfica-Barca game. For me, this game means a lot. I'm not going to hype that up to be a big game because people are going to be like, you biased, you Benfiquista, so that doesn't count. And it's true, being Portuguese and stuff, I don't want to be that guy, but if y'all remember the first game in the league, in the Champions League, like the league table, it was a huge game, bro. I think it ended 5-4. It was a massive game, a lot of goals, exciting game. This is a very, very good round of 16. So let's begin. On March 4th, we're going to get Club Brugge going up against Aston Villa. This is such a strange one for me because I picked Alantia to take out Club Brugge. But man, I hate to go against them again. It's almost hard for me to low-key go against them again. But Aston Villa, guys, I don't know who to pick here. I truly don't know who to pick. I think it's going to be very close. I don't want to go against Club Brugge. I don't want to go against Aston Villa because I think that either of these teams could win it. I think this is completely 50-50. I'm going to say Aston Villa, and it's literally simply because the Premier League and the performance is there, right? So I think I'm going to go Aston Villa here, lads. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I think Aston Villa for me is the team I want to, man, it's very hard, bro. It's very, 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 very hard. 10th place in the Premier League for Aston Villa. But Aston Villa's manager right now, Amir, he's just, Emery, he's just very good when it comes to knockout football in Europe. He's pretty darn good with this. So I'm going to go with Aston Villa here, lads. I'm going to go Aston Villa with this game. And we'll move on to Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. I could see Atletico Madrid knocking out with Madrid. I could really see Atletico Madrid taking out Real Madrid here. This is like really crazy for me to say, and a lot of you guys are going to be like, wait, what the hell did you just say? If Atletico Madrid plays the way they played Barcelona a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago, whatever it was, and if Real Madrid shows up and plays the way they played against they played this weekend? Real Betis. I could see Atletico Madrid eliminating them. And this is the problem with Real Madrid. The inconsistency and not knowing what team is going to show up. Is Vinicius Jr. going to be Vinicius Jr. that we know from last year and that we thought would win a Ballon d'Or? Or is Vinicius Jr. going to be the guy he's been as of late after Rodri won the Ballon d'Or? Is he going to be that guy? Because that's a big deal. Is Mbappe going to continue to do Mbappe type things? It's hard for me to pick any team or go against any team that Mbappe's on because Mbappe is such a game changer. So for me, I want to say Mbappe, okay? Mbappe and Madrid are going to see this through. But talking about the first leg, I think Aston Villa versus Club Brugge will tie this. We'll tie the first leg. I think they'll all be determined in the second leg. I think Real Madrid in this game, they're at home, right? Real Madrid need to win by a couple goals. Maybe a 3-1 result will make it comfortable. They got to get it done in their stadium. In my opinion, it's just my opinion, by the way. I think they got to get it done in their stadium. So I'm going to go here with, I'm going to say Real Madrid's going to do it. But I'm telling you right now, I think Atletico Madrid can knock them out. I think Madrid will win the first game. I'm going to guess this right here, 3-1. And then the second game, I think a tie or something like that. I'm going to go with that, all right? I don't know if it's smart, but I'm going to go with it. PSV versus Arsenal. I think Arsenal has to win this year. I think the way that they've kind of crumbled in the Premier League and how far Liverpool's starting to push away, I think this is a must-win game for Arsenal. I think Arsenal need to put a lot of eggs in the Champions League basket at this point in the campaign. And I think Arsenal are going to have to see this through, and I think they're going to see it through. I think they go and get an away win against PSV, which will make the second leg a bit easier for them in London. But I'm going to go ahead and say Arsenal's going to have to pick up a huge win here because this competition is extremely important for them now with the way that they've played in the Premier League. I'm going Arsenal. We got Dortmund versus Lille, another big show here. This is a big game right here, good game. Lille's been a good team, but you're going into one of the loudest, the most scariest, the most vicious stadiums in all of Europe. You're going to that yellow wall. You're going to that place that never is quiet. It's always on fire. I'm going to pick Dortmund here. I'm going to say a 2-1 win for Dortmund. I think that they're going to get it done with their fans behind them. It's going to be still a close game, but I'm going to go 2-1 to the German Beast. We got Feyenoord versus Inter in the first game. I think it's going to be a magical game. I think it's going to be one of those games where I know a lot of people think it's going to be a 1-1 game. I'm going to say 3-3 tie in the first leg. I'm going to say 3-3 tie in the first leg. Feyenoord, man, when they play football, they play it really well. I'm going 3-3. Inter's a big team. Trust me, I know. They defend well, but I'm going to go 3-3 for this game. Second leg, I think Inter might edge it, but 3-3, Feyenoord versus Inter. Bayern Munich versus Bayer Leverkusen. Holy moly. I mean, I think Xabi Alonso can outcoach Company. I think that. I think Xabi Alonso can outcoach Company. And I think this tie is probably going to be won in the first leg. I really believe that. If Bayer Leverkusen goes over to Bayern and allows Bayern to put in a couple goals in their house, this might be over. Man, 2-2 tie. 2-2 tie. 2-2 tie. That's what I'm going with. A tie, 2-2, and then who goes through? I'm not sure. That's gonna be a game, bro. That's going to be a game. Benfica versus Barcelona. I don't think this game is going to be like the first game, that it's a magical 5-4 game. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think Benfica's on a bit more rest. They got a week off, and Barca has only 3 days to rest. I think Benfica in the first half are going to come out very strong because they're going to be rested. If Benfica is able to put up a couple goals in the first half because they're rested, they could make this a very, very interesting tie. In my opinion, Barca is the second best team in Europe behind Liverpool. They're a very, very good team. Their offense is insane. And the only reason Benfica has a slight chance in this is because Barca's defense has not been great this year. With that being said, the only way I see this game ending in like a 2-2 tie or a 3-3 tie or even Benfica winning it is if they get off to an outstanding start and Barcelona's a little bit tired. So with that being said, being a Benfica fan, wishing that they would win this, but knowing what Barca is, I'm going to go 3-2 Barcelona in the first leg. And then it'll be very difficult for Benfica in Spain. It'll be very, very difficult. But at the lose, I think Benfica is going to give a monstrous game. I want to say Benfica is going to beat them 3-1. I wish Benfica would beat them 3-1, give us a chance in Spain. But I think it's going to end 3-2 to Barcelona. I think it's going to be a hat trick, probably for Rafinha. And I think that it'll be 1 goal for my boy Pavlidis, who's been just a goal scoring machine. And I also think that it'll be 1 goal for, I don't know if they saying Di Maria might play. I don't think, but I think Artokoglu will score one. He'll score the first one. Pavlidis will score the second one. I think it's gonna go Artokoglu scores, right? And Pavlidis, and then Rafinha scores, right? And then I think Pavlidis scores to make it 2-1, and then I think Barca scores 2 back to back. That's what I think happens. Hat-trick Rafinha. You think? I'm seeing it that way. Hat-trick for Rafinha, based on what happened at the Stade Luz the first time. He said that people were talking too much, and he started cooking, he said, something like that. So I'm going to go hat-trick Rafinha, and 3-2, Pavlidis scores, Artokoglu scores. PSG versus Liverpool. Wow, this is amazing. This is a fire game. I think PSG win the first one. Liverpool's strongest team in Europe. I think PSG win the first one 2-1. 2-1, and then it goes back to Liverpool, and they knock them out. Liverpool knocks out PSG. But I think PSG can win this first game. In PSG, fans are jumping, rocking, stadium's going, that midfield's cooking. I think they could see Liverpool out in the first game, but then the second leg, I think they get knocked out. Those are my predictions for the round of 16 first legs. I think we have a really good slate of football here, lads. I wish I could watch every single game, but they're all a couple of them at the same time. I'm going to tell you right now, on Tuesday, I'm going to be watching Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. On the day 2, I'm going to be watching Benfica versus Barcelona on the TV, and maybe on my phone, I'll have the PSG Liverpool game. Love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know what your predictions are in the comments down below.